Hi, thanks for stopping by the WeedersDigest.com. Weeder's Digest today is presenting the AVG, which is also known as the Aquatic Vegetation Groomer. Aquatic Vegetation Groomer can be used on floats or by handheld. It's been around for a number of years with great success. Works phenomenal underwater or above water. And today we're going to be showing you a number of videos that'll show both applications. Here's just one example of an application that an individual had received a permit where they could remove all this vegetation, and that was what they got after 1 day's work. Now, as you might imagine, there was quite a bit of time required just to get the cleanup, but that's all it took was 1 day to get that cut, and here you can see it from the shore view. Now, if you'll just sit back, relax, we're going to show you a little bit of the footage of it actually being used both on the floats as well as a handheld unit. Thank you.
Hey, it's Bruce with the Weeder's Digest. Today I want to tell you about one of our most exciting products we've ever carried. It's called the AVG, the Aquatic Vegetation Groomer. And possibly you've already seen it on our website at www.weedersdigest.com. The AVG is set up to be able to cut anything underwater. And the word anything might sound a little bit steep, but that's absolutely the truth. Whether you're cutting a hydrilla, cattails, lily pads, does not make any difference. It just does an awesome job. It cuts it, and the word cutting like a hot knife through butter might sound like a bit of an exaggeration, but we're going to try to show you a little bit how it can cut cattails. Now, I do want to make sure that I mention that cutting cattails in many states, including Minnesota, is actually illegal. And so we are just going to show you just a simple demonstration of how well it does cut cattails. But you do need to have a permit, and we would encourage you to check at your state's local or state authorities to determine what is acceptable. Now again, the AVG is set up to be used on floats, and that is probably the greatest advantage of when we've sold them to different municipalities and government agencies and organizations, that you can put it on the floats, and when putting it on the floats, it gives you that opportunity not to have the extra pressure on your arms and your shoulders if you're going to go out and cut for a long period of time. But again, today I just want to be able to show you it really is like it's like a hedge trimmer, but it cuts in all directions, 360 degrees. So it's very effective, very efficient. And it can be submerged underwater. That's its intent, and it's actually warranted for that purpose. And with cattails are very important to be able to cut underneath the water's surface. So as I started up, obviously it will be hard to talk over it, but if you can just take a quick look at its actual effectiveness of cutting just a couple of cattails down, and really I could be doing this one-handed, not even putting pressure at them. So at a very low RPM, I can just go in. So you can see that just literally touching the cattail and they come down. Now again, because this is not an accepted practice in many of the states, I'm not going to demonstrate by taking down this entire cattail area, but I will tell you that in many cases we have had customers, both even from state and local agencies, as well as the Bureau of Land Management has purchased these from us and has been able to go out and take down large stands of cattails. We've had it with a lot of duck hunting agencies or duck hunting clubs and things like that want to open up an area. And it can also be used underwater for any kind of aquatic plants such as milfoil, lily pads, anything. It literally takes them down. So I'm going to just start up and just show you a couple other things with it. So obviously the impact is very quick. As far as using it underwater, it really doesn't get caught up or tangled up. I'll take it underwater and use it a little bit where I push it down in the bottom to literally take the roots out. And with this, up to this point, I was just, I don't know if you could see my hand, but I was basically using it in this kind of a method. I was not putting pressure to it. But in this case, I'm going to actually put it down on the bottom so it's literally going underneath the silt in the mud. So you can can see at that point, you're obviously taking out every bit of root, everything there might be. And again, I'm going to caution you, make sure that you've checked with your state and local authorities to determine if it's the proper practice. Now again, I'm going to give you one more chance to look at it. This time we'll take it over to a sandy area and apply it there. So I'll be right back with you. All right, now we're going to just take a little bit of another look at just applying it in the sand and in the silt, and you could use this to take out any kind of a milfoil or a moss or anything. In this area, I'm just going to literally put it down in the bottom. So once again, because of the certain guidelines within our state, I'm not going to apply this right now to the bottom where we've got heavy weed coverage. But you can see that even as we were cutting there, weeds that have not actually even started to grow above the silt, this is actually taking out the roots. So again, I'm going to caution you one more time. Make sure you've checked with your state and local authorities. And the AVG really is one of the best products that we've ever seen when it comes to the ability to cut larger areas, tougher weeds. Now, I want to just also point out and put it. Thanks for stopping by the Weeders Digest. Visit us online at weedersdigest.com or give us a call at 763-551-1441. Thank you.